Indiana Fever keep the season alive.
What a game by the Indiana Fever.
Indiana Fever just defeated the Atlanta Dream. They turned the Atlanta Dream into a nightmare.
Indiana Fever forcing Game 3 on Thursday, a do-or-die game.
It was a big win. It was a big win.
Game-ish was rocking.
This is a playoff game here. And we ain't left outside. If there's anything I know, there's nothing like playoff basketball in Gainbridge Fieldhouse.
Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever just made history. Their first playoff win in nearly a decade.
One must simply give credit to the Indiana Fever. Again, the fight, the resilience on display, season on the line. They stay alive, force a Game 3 against Atlanta.
And the Atlanta Dream collapsed in chaos.
We headed back to Atlanta for Game 3. What a performance by the Indiana Fever.
If you're riding with Caitlin, drop a 100% in the comments right now.
It started with Caitlin Clark walking into the building in her black Air Forces.
For the first time since 2016, the Indiana Fever walked off the court with a playoff victory.
First Indiana Fever win in 9 years and 1 day. September 17, 2016 was the last time.
And they didn't just win, they dominated. The final score was 77-60.
For the first time since October the 11th, 2015, the Indiana Fever has won a playoff game. They toppled the Dream 77-60, and even the first round series at 1-1 series tied, deciding Game 3 in Atlanta on Thursday. Fever defense was fantastic.
A blowout that left no doubt.
The Indiana Fever force a Game 3 Thursday night against the Atlanta Dream, winning tonight, 77-60.
The Fever set the tone from start to finish, holding the Atlanta Dream under 17 points in every single quarter.
Atlanta Dream held under 17 points in every single quarter.
Something almost unheard of in playoff basketball.
The crowd energy is there, and the defensive intensity and energy from Indiana there from the start. The Dream only scored 14 points in the first quarter. In fact, 16 points was the most they scored in any quarter.
Inside Gainbridge Fieldhouse, the atmosphere was electric.
This is how we should have played the first damn game. I don't know what happened. The referees played a factor, but this was an overall incredible team win tonight.
Fans described it as the loudest they've heard the arena in years.
Shout out to the Gainbridge Fieldhouse crowd. That Indiana Fever crowd, you guys blew the Dream out.
The Gainbridge fans, I said it as well before the game, where I'm like, the fact that it was essentially free to get in, it was like $8, means you're going to be getting, means because anyone can go, the people that are going want to be there.
Every defensive stop, every three-pointer, every hustle play had the building shaking. Even though Caitlin Clark is sidelined, she was fully locked in on the bench, leaping up, hyping her teammates.
Caitlin Clark jumped out her seat so many times she could have hit 8 to 10 jump shots tonight.
And reminding everyone why her presence is so powerful. Kelsey Mitchell once again showed why she's one of the most underrated stars in the league, dropping 19 points and hitting clutch threes.
Kelsey Mitchell tonight, 19 points, 4 assists, 2 steals, 4 three-pointers tonight.
When the Fever needed them most. Aaliyah Boston added 15 points.
19 combined points for Ryan Howard and Alicia Gray. Kelsey Mitchell with 19 herself. Aaliyah with 15.
And set the tone in the paint.
Aaliyah Boston, we challenge you to show up, and you showed up. Oh, you showed up. We gonna give you your flowers. Indiana Fever just put hands and feet on the Atlanta Dream.
While Natasha Howard and Lexi Hull gave the Fever the edge on both ends of the floor.
Tasha Howard doing her big one as well. 12 points, had 2 assists, 5 rebounds, shot 5 of 8 from the floor.
Final score 77-60. Indiana Fever got it done, and then just incredible fashion. Kelsey Mitchell, MVP type performance.
It wasn't just a win, it was a statement.
Special shout out to Natasha Howard. Good up fake and finish. And Natasha Howard was everywhere in this game. She finished with 12 points, 5 boards, just all over the place. I loved her energy.
This wasn't just about surviving another day. It was about proving that the Fever are here, that Caitlin Clark has brought a new energy to Indiana, and that this team is building something historic.
The team was just ready to roll. They was locked in, bro. They was locked in. I can't even lie. They was hella locked in. And for them to be locked in like this, I take my hat off to the young ladies for getting the job done and saving the fan base.
Right before our eyes.
This was a wild game, fam. Physical, wild, wild west. Hey, you hit me in my mouth, I'm going to hit you right back in yours. Gritty. This was that type of game, fam. They said, you know what? We are absolutely not about to let y'all come in our backyard.
While the Fever were making history, the Atlanta Dream were completely unraveling. Their two biggest stars, Ryan Howard and Alicia Gray, who combined for 40 points in Game 1, were locked down and smothered.
The Indiana Fever were extremely successful in dragging the Atlanta Dream down to their level. And I have to say, they just outworked. They outworked the Dream. This was a ballsy performance where I don't think the Fever were particularly good. But I think they really, really, really shut down the Dream and made nothing comfortable for them.
In this must-win matchup, they managed just 19 points combined.
Ryan Howard and Alicia Gray got put in jail. There was so much flopping and flailing shots just at the rim that had no chance to go in between the two of them.
A collapse that shocked even their own fans. Lexi Hull put the clamps on Ryan Howard all night long, strapping her into what fans are calling the Lexi Hull seatbelt. Howard looked frustrated, disconnected, and at times invisible on the court. Meanwhile, Gray's frustration boiled over. She even had a heated courtside moment with a fan that ended with security stepping in.
An incident involving Gray courtside with a fan. She looked all upset. I think the fan got tossed.
That's how rattled Atlanta was by the pressure. From missed layups to poor shot selection, the Dream simply had no answers. They shot a miserable 26% from three-point range and couldn't get into rhythm.
They ended up tonight hitting 5 threes, but at one point, I know they were 1 for 10 from three-point range, and they hit some later in the game, and it didn't matter. The game was well out of reach.
Commentators said the Dream folded like a lawn chair the moment Gainbridge Fieldhouse got loud, and that's exactly what happened. The Fever's energy, on the court and in the crowd, broke them down mentally and physically. What we saw wasn't just a bad shooting night, it was proof that Atlanta couldn't handle the moment.
Ryan Howard and Alicia Gray, minus 23 and minus 24. That's really bad for, all-star caliber duo right.
And when the Fever brought the fight, the Dream collapsed under the weight of playoff chaos.
That is game. The Indiana Fever just defeated the Atlanta Dream. They turned the Atlanta Dream into a nightmare.
One must simply give credit to the Indiana Fever. Again, the fight, the resilience on display, season on the line. They stay alive, force a Game 3 against Atlanta.
Indiana Fever forcing Game 3 on Thursday, a do-or-die game. The Indiana Fever did not disappoint, kicking the hell out of the Atlanta Dream tonight in a game that at times felt like it was muck ball.
What makes this entire situation even bigger is that it's not the first time Angel Reese has been accused of walking away when things get tough. A clear pattern has started to emerge across her career. In college, there were whispers about tension at LSU. Then, during her time in the unrivaled league, she reportedly stepped back when her team struggled, leaving others to carry the load. Fast forward to today, and the same story.
The referees in this game, I got to tell you, good Lord. from a television viewing perspective, just purely entertainment, the WNBA wonders why, one of the reasons why the ratings are so bad in this league. How many times did we stop the game in the first half? It was absolutely, positively brutal to watch on television. Get some referees, some competent referees.
Is repeating itself in Chicago. Reese gets frustrated, clashes with teammates, and suddenly a mysterious back injury keeps her out of games. Fans and analysts have questioned whether this is truly about health or just a way to silently protest.
What a game by the Indiana Fever, pulling it out in a major way in their backyard.
Indiana Fever keep the season alive. We headed back to Atlanta for Game 3. What a performance by the Indiana Fever.
It was a big win. It was a big win.
Game is rocking.
You can see that playoff game here. But we ain't left outside. If there's anything I know, there's nothing like playoff basketball in Cambridge Fieldhouse.
And push her way toward a trade. On top of that, her behavior off the court is only adding fuel to the fire. The free Angel Reese stunt at a game made headlines for all the wrong reasons, with many calling it the lowest move they've ever seen from a player.
Aaliyah Boston, inside for the bucket. Kelsey Mitchell steals the inbound, and Lexi Hull cashes in with a 3 at the buzzer to put us up 15 at the end of the third.
Kelsey grabbed a huge steal there. That was a huge steal. Over to Aaliyah, over to Lexi, way downtown. Boom. Boom. And that, like I said, in fact, let me look. It was 56-44 with 0.5 left in the third after that 3. And that 3 really, really got the crowd all lathered up.
Instead of rallying her team or showing leadership, Reese made it
Make a layup, then get a steal on the inbounds, get the ball to Lexi Hull, who ends the quarter on a 3, and suddenly it's a 15-point game.
about herself, overshadowing her teammates and the franchise. To critics, that proves her focus isn't on the team. It's on her personal brand. Now compare this with Caitlin Clark. While Angel is seen as quitting, Caitlin is embracing the grind. She's endured tough losses with the
KK Timpson gets an and one. KK Timpson gets an and one in her first possession as KK Timpson goes and has 7 points in this game.
Kayla Timpson right here. Let's check this out. Into Michaela. She's a beast inside. Look at her do that work. At the big little roll in. Boom. She got an and one out of that. And it was a big moment in the game.
Indiana Fever battled through physical play and still manages to show up every single night. Instead of pointing fingers at teammates or coach,
Aerial power is a key contributor in that game. I thought it's funny. If you watch the game, you will see how big Aerial Powers was in key moments.
Caitlin owns the moment and keeps working to elevate everyone.
You can see that playoff game here. But we ain't left outside. If there's anything I know, there's nothing like playoff basketball in Cambridge Fieldhouse.
They kept their foot on the gas the entire game. I mean, from start to finish, it was just nothing but action, bro. Nothing but action. Look, Kelsey Mitchell, nasty from downtown.
Sophie hit a big 3 tonight. And I think it felt like the dagger 3.
Around her. That's why she's already being called the face of the WNBA. Look at the results. Caitlin Clark is breaking attendance and TV records, selling out arenas coast to coast, and moving sneaker deals at lightning speed. She's showing the exact qualities franchises crave.
For the first time since October the 11th, 2015, the Indiana Fever has won a playoff game. They toppled the Dream 77-60, and even the first round series at 1-1 series tie, deciding Game 3 in Atlanta on Thursday. Fever defense was fantastic. What did Scott Agnes say? Shorthanded Fever with the wire-to-wire win over the Dream 77-60 to keep their season alive. I mean, they made 8 threes, won the glass, and were just as physical, leaving it all out there. Mitchell scored 19 points. They lost him 15, 5, and 3. And Indy didn't miss a free throw, 15 of 15.
Resilience, accountability, and star power that uplifts the entire league. And here's the reality. The WNBA is at a turning point. Do you want a league driven by players quitting on their teams and sparking chaos in the locker room? Or do you want a league led by stars like Caitlin Clark, who embody professionalism, competitiveness, and a true love for the game?
They wanted them to take the pride that they had shown all throughout the season in fighting through injury after injury, the loss of Caitlin Clark, Sophie Cunningham, Sid Colson, Ari McDonald, Chloe Bibby, all of them not available for one reason or the other. And yet, here they are with one more game to win.
This was more than just a win. It was a statement. Caitlin Clark's impact is written all over this Fever team. And even from the bench, she's leading a historic run. The Indiana Fever have already silenced the doubters by forcing a Game 3. And now the spotlight shifts to Atlanta.
And the Indiana Fever has forced a Game 3. This time, we got to go back to Atlanta,
where the pressure is all on the Dream. What do you think? Can Caitlin and the Fever finish the job and shock the WNBA again?
It started with Caitlin Clark walking into the building in her black Air Forces.
Drop your thoughts below and make sure you're riding with us all the way. This is WNBA Spark, where the fire never dies.